Hello, everyone. Let me educate you. Let me entertain you. Let me tell you what you need to know in this market to make money, and specifically in this environment that we're in. Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. Why do you want to even listen to me? Well, I don't know. Do you want to make money? If you want to make money, then I suggest you do. Okay? And how do you make money in the stock market? Wouldn't you like to know? Well, first of all, you need to be educated. Educate yourself about the market. Listen to what's happening, understand what's going on, listen to a bunch of people, but more importantly, listen to a few important things. Don't try to predict the market, but take advantage of it. Right now is the time to take advantage of the market. Why is it time to take advantage of the market? Because the market is very volatile. If the market is volatile, that means essentially that we should be able to take advantage of it because we take advantage of the volatility. That is something that we could at least predict. Can you predict what's going to happen to the economy? When? Tomorrow morning, a week, 10 days? I mean, I could tell you different story about the economy. I could tell you that right now, based on whatever you hear, listen to all over the, everything that's being published, basically tells you that the economy is in good shape. Unemployment, I don't know if you've seen the latest numbers, as far as those claims, they are not as high as they thought it was going to be. Okay. What's happening? You've got a lot of people coming into this country, and they are increasing. They don't want to talk about the word immigration because then it becomes political. But basically, there's a lot of people that are being processed and are being added to the economy. Okay, regardless of what your belief is, the point is that we're not in a recession right now. There was a big surprise on Monday. A bunch of people took some money off the table, but it doesn't mean anything. And therefore, the other things I need to tell you is that you want to buy when everybody is selling, and you want to sell when everybody is buying. Right? It's not what is actually happening that's important. It's what people think, what the market thinks is happening. Okay, so let's get that out of the way to begin with. So let us take some time to see what do I mean when I say let's make some money in the stock market. What do I mean by that? I will tell you what I mean. It's very simple. Let's take a look at our portfolio. Let's take a look, right? So today I am up 13.52% on Tesla. What does that mean? It means that I basically bought a call, a positive call, an option that will expire in November at the strike price of 220. That means that my position is, Tesla didn't go up by that much today. I will tell you that Tesla essentially, let's see what Tesla went up, right? Tesla itself went up 3%, right? You could see that Tesla went up 3% today. Now, Tesla, of course, Tesla has a P/E ratio of 55. That's a lot. But the point is that Tesla is up by 3%. I am up by a whopping 13% in my portfolio. Right there. Okay. What else am I doing well? What's happening with the SPY? What's happening with the ETF for the S&P, right? The S&P right now, as you could see, is up 1.98%. Now, one thing I want to bring out to your attention right away. Look at this. Look at the S&P 500 at 1.98%. Okay. What's important is look at the Russell 2000. The Russell 2000 is up at 2.41%. I'm noticing more and more that they're kind of competing now. They're going up in the same fashion. Yep, exactly. So Russell 2000 is important because these are small firm. These are small firm. You want to focus on the small firm. And that's exactly what I proposed. So as you could see though, since the S&P is up, let's say it's up 1.98%, my position is up 19%. Look at this. Look at my position. This is the position of the SPY, which is basically an ETF, right? The ETF follows the S&P 500, and what I'm doing, I'm essentially looking at it and buying a call. So whenever the company goes up, whenever SPY goes up, I go up, but I go up a lot more. I'm up 19%. You could have made 19% if you had bought this thing yesterday. Why didn't you? It's out there. You have my portfolio. I have given it to you. But you don't know what's going on. You're not sure. Don't be. Don't be. Things are not as bad as you think they are. It's easy to make money in the stock market. It's easy. You just need to know what's going on. You need to understand why it's happening. And you need to understand what it is that you're buying. So that when things don't go too well, you do not panic. You do not think that you are losing faith. Don't do that. So obviously, SPY is 19%. TSA is up 13%. Let's take a look now at small caps, because I think the action is going to be with the small caps. And let's see how we're doing with our small caps. Guess what? I am up today 5% on this group of, I put about $70,000 on this thing. Today alone, I am up 4.48%, driven by METC, driven by our friend Powell Energy, right? Powell Industries, I'm sorry. Driven by ACM Research, 9%. Now, ACM was up 20% yesterday. It's up 10% today. Just buy and wait. Just buy and hold. Of course, buy yesterday. Go back in time and do what I told you when I tell you yesterday. Remember Monday we thought the world was coming to an end. Monday, we thought that this is it. This is 2008 all over again. Monday was like 1987. Oh my God, it started the same way because of the Japanese trade. Oh my God, weeks. It's a lot easier to make money in the stock market than making money in real investment in real estate. That is a very difficult job. And the reason why it's difficult is because you don't know the risks. You don't know how to measure the risk in real estate. Here, with stocks, you are able to measure the risk. If you know how to. They won't tell you. They only give you the beta. Little bone, like I call it. Little bone beta. Here, you play with it. But there's other ways to measure risk. There's other ways to measure the valuation. For example, one thing that I use quite often is I take the cash flow and I divide by the market cap. The higher the number, the better off. The lower the number, especially if it goes below 5% or 4%, you're very highly valued. For example, if you take a look at our friend NVIDIA, we're down to like below 2%. But if you look at the companies I'm looking at you now, I'm talking about Miller. We'll talk about Romano in a few seconds. Miller, Vulcan, Powell, and ACM is between 6, 9, 13, 14. Now, think about this for 1 second. I picked this ratio, right? You're going to say, well, what is this? It could be anything. But just like a P ratio, I'm not dividing eyeballs of CEO over legs of four-legged friends, dogs, or whatever, right? I'm using a very specific ratio, and somehow the ratio kinds of makes sense is that I'm getting numbers that are kind of around 10, right? I'm not getting 500, 20, 60. I'm getting 20, 14, 6, 9, 13. The numbers are talking to you. They are talking to you. Now, this is purely on the basis of valuation, purely on the basis of how much money you're making and how much you're worth. And by looking at those two values, you get a feel for what's going on, right? Because you don't have the time to learn. You don't have the time to understand everything that's happening. You need a quick and dirty way to react. When you look at those numbers, obviously, the higher the number, the better. Today, I'm going to show you Romano resources at 20%. And wouldn't you know it, which is METC on my screen, it's up 13% today. Coincidence? The name that has the highest percent change is the name that has the highest EBITDA to market cap ratio. I don't know. You decide. Obviously, you are always free to go out of this channel. By the way, I would appreciate a like. It helps a lot, believe it or not. I'm getting more and more subscribers. I'm getting more and more likes. And I like it. I like it because it helps me show that you like what I have to offer, you want what I have to offer, and you're learning something, right? Preparing for class pretty soon for my students, preparing to teach them, to explain to them what's going on in the stock market. And it's key. Now, does it mean that you need to be an MBA to understand the stock market? No, you do not need to be. But you need to learn what you need to learn. You need to learn certain techniques because unfortunately you are not built for this. The brain of an investor is full of contradiction. We are prone to panic, right? Most of us do not buy when everybody else is selling. Most of us do not sell when we want, when everybody else is buying. We do not do that. We're not contrarian. We want to go along to get along. But to make money, you need to be where no one is. If you're with everyone else, then you have to decide like a roller coaster, when is it time to get off? When is it time to get off? Okay? So keep that in mind. The S&P is now lagging the Russell 2000, 2% versus 2.38%. So I want you to keep that in mind for a little while, right? The second thing you need to know, excuse me, I am doing some technical situation here. The second thing that you need to know is, well, okay, so you're talking a big game. Well, one way or the other. Do you want to buy a stock with a P of 58 on Tesla? Yeah, it's possible as long as you believe that Tesla has more tricks up its sleeves. Like what? Well, they have the robo-taxi. You have a Tesla in the driveway. The Tesla wakes up, goes and pick up someone, drives them to that destination, come back to you, and you make money. Do you think that this is possible? You don't visualize it, right? You don't see it. Well, guess what? You didn't see you didn't see Amazon selling everything in creation from its warehouses. You did not see Tesla driving electric cars in a way that actually does work. Faster than a Lamborghini, right? You didn't see these things. That's right. You didn't see when the P was at 10. But of course, when it's at 50, now everybody wants to buy. It's too late. And that's why we want to take a look at METC. Okay? So what is the ratio? Now remember, the market cap is 679, right? If I take a look at the financial, you have to look at the financials. I know that you may not understand anything about accounting, but look at the numbers, right? Look at the numbers. We're making 168 million, then we're making 283, then we're making 566, and then we're making 700. We are growing. I don't care what you're making. We are growing. We are making money. We need to make money to make money. Right? You need to make money to make money. So let's take a look how much money they have to pay in interest expense. 7.9 million. How much money do they have to pay for this? Do they have to be able to afford 141 million in cash or EBITDA? They have no problem paying their interest expense bill. And look at the EBITDA. Sales is growing, but so is EBITDA. I mean, there was a little bit of a hiccup here, but we're still growing. Well, at least the past 2 years we haven't been doing that well. Okay? But we still have some security here. We have a security blanket. How much cash do we have on a company like this? Well, let's take a look at the balance sheet. The company, in terms of total assets, in terms of current assets, in terms of cash and cash equivalent, has $41 million in cash. Right? 41 million. What do you do with 41? Well, it's very simple. You go to the profile. Sorry, let's go to summary first. Let's go to the summary. If you go to the summary and you take a look at the summary, we have exactly a market cap of 622 million. That is not too bad. 40 million is in cash. Okay? So there's some value. If you know the number of shares they have, you could calculate the number of shares, the number of dollars per shares. Anyway. So that's the financial. So now let's see a little bit in terms of the profile. Okay, who are these guys? Remember that movie? The simple reason is you need to, first of all, it's overvalued. But second, you need to invest in something that people need, that is important, and more important, that if they want to decide, they decide to raise prices, they'll be able to fight any kind of level of inflation by raising their price because they control something important, right? They produce premium metallurgical coal and to international customers in 20 countries. So they're making a commodity, which nobody can be without. They are in 20 countries. They are diversified. We are exploring domestic production of rare earth elements from a large deposit. They own property. We're also pioneering the development of valuable commercial products. So they own something of value. They are international, they're making money, and they are undervalued. What else do you want from me? What else can I give you? How else can I help you make money? I mean, look at this. Operation, fine. They have mining operation, critical minerals and reefs, and carbon research. Let's take a look at their mining. I mean, the good news with a company like that, you could understand, especially us being from Pennsylvania, you understand what coal is about, right? I mean, coal. It's an operator, a developer, and a producer. Low-cost coal in Central and West Virginia and Southwest Virginia is a crucial precursor in the creation of blast furnace steel. We have a long-lived development portfolio. They have 60 million tons of high-quality coal reserves. 60 million. They could coal that thing to death. Safety. They export the premium product to customer in 20 countries. Okay, that's mining operations. Then they have critical minerals. In May, they announced a major of magnetic rare earth element deposit. This following 18 months core, they basically found some new deposit. Look, nenidium, praseodymium, tritium, cyanurium, canadium, and of course, ulmium. Look, the majority outside our city with conventional mines, which makes them both difficult to mine. In contrast, the RE from the brook are characterized as unconventional because they are largely found of course, what? I'm not a miner. I don't understand. Well, you need to understand. You need to learn the business, or at least get a feel for it. They not only have a coal mine, they may have the coal mine. They have a coal mine that is very interesting that they own and that they're mining, right? Look, latest press release, we don't care about that. Carbon research, what does that mean? Modern researchers achieving breakthrough in harnessing the carbon in create advanced carbon products such as carbon fiber, graphene, graphite, and more. Okay? So that is important. That is what you want to do. There is a website that I want you to take a look at while I'm talking, because it should help you see and take a look at live quotes of the market. Look at stocks across the world. Look at that, green across the world, more or less, right? Commodities, crypto, all green. Currencies, right? So it's important to realize that this is a global game. We are everywhere on this, and you need to be with us. You need to understand that this money business is not an easy business. It is a complicated business, but it is also a way for you to make lots of money. What do? Well, listen to the channel. Look at the name. I didn't say go out and buy those stocks, right? At least I point you in the right direction. I tell you what to look at. I show you where the important information is. And that is important. You could see in my portfolio, that I'm showing gains. I'm showing you what is valuable. I'm showing you, and I'm not just doing stocks. I'm doing options. I have a put and I have calls. What is the best way to learn something? The best way to learn something is by doing. Socrates himself says, and you could go online and you could take a look at all of his quotes. But one of the quotes that he has is basically saying, Socrates was a old-time philosopher in Greece. He says, the more you do one thing, the better you get at it. But why do I want to do this thing to begin with? Even if it is something you do not like, you keep doing it and you will like it. You will like it because it's in human condition to do so. You have to realize that even though I'm talking economy, and I think a lot of people talk about the economy where we are, stocks, I get into more detail. I tell you how to value the stock, how to look at the financials. So every day you're going to look at it. So right? But one thing you need to realize is for you to be successful, you need to practice it. You don't learn by listening. You don't learn anything by looking at YouTube and saying, oh, okay, yeah, I understand. This is what's happening. No. This is purely entertainment. You learn by doing. My own students, they learn more from doing and working on their own and doing their own research. And you know what? That's exactly what Elon Musk says. Elon Musk always talk about how he built the car to begin with. You learn like a video game. When you play a video game, do you really spend like 2 hours reading the book? Okay, these are the instructions, right? Taking the course and then going. The best way I teach my students is I tell them to actually do it. The less I talk, the better, the more they learn. Because you learn by doing anything. But not only that, the trick is for you to want to learn, to do that thing that you said you were going to do. In this case, making money. How do I make money? I have to learn how to make money. We're in the stock market. I need to understand the stock market. If all you do is watch, I want you to watch. I want you to look at Romano resources, right? I want you to go in their website. I want you to look at the price. I want you to look at the financials. Just a bunch of numbers. Are the numbers going up? Then it's good. I want you to look at the latest news, and it's good. Everything is good once you have a goal. If you want to play GTA 4 and 5, you'll love the game so much that you will learn by doing, and you will learn the way to play, right? Because you want to get there. You don't just do it without learning, right? Because you need to learn how to do it. But the thing is, you want to do it. You want to do that thing. And unfortunately, sometimes people put in situations where they don't want to learn because it's boring. Well, you got to make it exciting. You have to make it interesting. And the way I make it interesting for you is I'm showing you, look, we could have made money today. Yesterday, Monday, when the market crashed, I think we were up 67% in one day. In one day. Forget NVIDIA. You could create NVIDIA every day. Every day you could recreate it. But you got to follow it. You got to understand it. Stick to my channel. Look at those names. Understand how they trade. See where they go up. See where they go down. Yesterday, SEM Research was up 20% because they had good earnings. Speaking of earnings, let's see how our friend Miller Industries is doing. Because I know that one of my subscribers told me that they release their earning report. Let's take a look at what happened to Miller. Are we still up? Yep, we're still beating the S&P 2.20 versus 0.217. People, take a look at the small caps. Let's take at Miller. It's down 2.7% today. That's the only name that is not doing well. Although it's been going down. Why? Zacks reporting, Miller Industry reported robust performance. They did well with earnings share 37 in revenue. We saw significant uptick, climbing 23%. Millers are the people that build those big trucks. This group is distributed primarily to increase production volumes. You want the volumes. I mean, there's more demand. Because if price goes up is one thing, but if volume goes up, wouldn't it be nice? Miller Industry price consensus earning estimates. Look at that. The consensus. Miller's Industries key metrics: the gross margin improves, SNG&E managed amounting to, balance sheet position. Look at that. Long-term obligation went from 60 to 70. If I pick that name, that means that they have no problem with earnings. Management guidance. So they did well. Earnings are well. Everything continues as expected. We are happy. We know what we're doing. And the P ratio is at 34. Remember one thing. Follow this market closely. Follow this channel closely. Follow me closely. And understand what it is that you're investing into. And you also will make some amount of money. Everyone, have a nice day.